Okay guys, so today we're going to be checking out Bitcoin here on the charts to see if we can figure out, what it's up to and where it's headed. We have to use Bitcoin as the goalpost to see and to discover where the other coins are going or what they're going to do, unfortunately, because they're all tethered to Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin on the daily charts. And I'm going to go ahead and maximize this here really quick. Okay, so this is Bitcoin on the daily. As you guys can see, it's been consolidating in this range for quite a while. From let's say around 65 grand to around $74,000. So I'm pretty sure that you day traders would have taken advantage of this long period of consolidation. Now, the question is though, guys, why has Bitcoin been consolidating in this range for so long? It has been going sideways since it made this drop all the way down here. Why has it done it? And exactly why has it done it at this particular price range from around 74 to 63? Why? It's pretty obvious, and I'm going to show you guys in a minute why it has done that. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at it on the weekly. Now, we see that it appears as if, as I've mentioned many videos ago, that it has formed this head and shoulders pattern, which is pretty bearish, very bearish, guys. And it is currently, first, let me mention the daily first. Currently, right here, I have to maximize it again. So what it's doing currently, it is trying to break above this purple line, which it is currently using as resistance. This whole time, it has been using it as support. And remember, this is back on the daily. It has been using it as support right here. So all of these moves, it was on top of this purple line. It was using it as support, then it fell beneath it. Now it's attempting to break above again. But it's currently, it almost runs into it. It's not entirely there yet. It would be around 69.7, right around 70 grand. So it's about to use it as resistance. So that's what it's currently doing. Now let me put it up back on the weekly. So on the weekly, it has been using the blue line now as resistance. You guys see it right here. It came up and it pierced it a little bit, only to dump afterwards. And now it's ran back into this blue line right here. It has been using it as resistance perfectly right here, as you guys can see. And currently, in this week, it's still using it as resistance. Now, whenever it fails, because I'm not expecting it to break out of it, it will take some type of miracle for it to break out, and especially to have a weekly candle closing anywhere above up here. So I'm expecting it to fail pretty soon, and it's going to roll over. It's going to roll over, guys, very soon, because it's been strictly obeying this blue line of resistance here, coming all the way down here. Now, why is it appears to be stuck at this range and has been consolidating for so long? Why is that? Well, if you guys look over here, and also if you recall, for many months now, I've been telling you, even since Bitcoin was all the way up here at 120 grand, I've been telling you that I'm expecting a retest of this area, which was its recent market cycle high. This whole time, which was, I'll count it up in a minute, but it's for a long period of time, guys. It's been consolidating here for months, for weeks upon weeks, because this is actually the weekly. These are weekly candles. Look how many weeks it is. It has been consolidating in this range for. The same range. It has been doing what? It has been using it as resistance. It couldn't break out for weeks upon weeks and even months until finally we have this green candle where it broke out. So coming back over here, that explains the reason why we're currently apparently stuck at this range right here, because what it wants to use as resistance, it's now currently attempting to use it also as support. It's attempting to do that because if you notice, because of the amount of weekly and monthly candles that was there, this level is now a strong level, guys. Whether it's going to use it as support or resistance, it's very, very strong because of the amount of candles that was formed right here. So that is the exact reason why it is now taking so long. Hopefully though, let's say hopefully it doesn't take anywhere near as long as it did over here, because man, that would be crazy. Let me see if I can try to figure out how long it actually took over there. And I don't believe it will do that. Let's hope it doesn't do that, guys. I don't believe it will take that long, because that can be very exhausting. See, you see what I mean, guys? This is now the month. This is Bitcoin on the monthly candles. And if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, guys. Basically 8, because this one didn't even break out yet. So it's 8. Wowzers. Bitcoin took like 8 months just hanging out right here, consolidating, doing nothing, and trading in this range, the same range that we're currently in. This range appeared to be a little bit bigger. Man, it's basically the same thing. It took 8 months before it could break out of this range. So therefore, it has a very, very strong level of support, which now guys, it's attempting to flip and turn it into resistance. That's what it's about to do. It's about to turn this level here, that 70K, because if we don't see a bounce, you see, it would make sense for us to get a bounce at this level because of how strong this level of previous resistance that had flipped into support is. You see, it's very, very strong. So if we were to get a bounce, it would be from this area, which would continue on to make all-time highs. But I have several reasons why I don't see that happening at all. You see, and what we don't want is for it to be consolidating here anywhere near as long as it did over here. Judging by the geopolitical atmosphere currently, it is not necessarily favorable to Bitcoin pumping. That's one of the reasons why I don't necessarily see it having any bounces from here at all. I don't see that at all. And there's several other reasons, guys. Several other reasons. We see that over there in Cairo, in Egypt, the governments are making steps to preserve energy as much as they can, as a result of the war. But not only there in Egypt, all over the world. I think in Pakistan, they're turning off electricity for a couple hours each day. I think in Philippines they've shortened the work week to around 4 days, I think. Now all of this electricity restriction, or let's say regulation rather, it's going to adversely affect the price of Bitcoin, guys. It's not necessarily favorable to a Bitcoin price pump. No, because Bitcoin needs electricity. Bitcoin is literally a digital currency. So if you take away electricity, that is bad news for Bitcoin. And we know that there's going to be more power outages, like controlled power outages, that is coming down the road, even as it has been prophesied, because I'm pretty sure that some of you out there was also well aware of this. It didn't catch you off guard, neither myself, because I was aware of the prophecy that Yah said that the governments at some point, they're going to be forced to turn off the electricity. They're going to be regulating it. They're going to be deliberately turning off the power grids globally, not only just one or just a couple of countries, all of them. They're going to be turning off the power grid in order to conserve energy. And this prophecy was given many years ago. And he said that they're going to do it prior to the actual 3 days of darkness. the governments are going to start turning off the electricity to conserve power. And I believe this is just a start, just basically the signs of what's getting ready to occur, the larger fulfillment of that specific prophecy. Now, if we look here, we see two things very interesting here. We see that Bitcoin is very soon about to have a death cross on the monthly. Now, last time that we had that was all the way over here. We had this death cross. And we are right about around here where we had this massive red candle. I've already told you guys that personally, I'm expecting a massive red candle, an unprecedented red candle, which we've never seen before. You see, a massive red candle, something that we've never seen before. And it's obvious, it's heading right here for this blue line here is headed right here for this purple line. And that is a death cross whenever it occurs. But usually even before the actual death cross occurs, as it was over here, we have a massive dump. Now that is coming even before we have this death cross, guys. Remember that I told you guys this. Before we have this death cross of the blue line crossing over to the purple, we're going to have a massive red candle coming down. Perhaps it's that God candle, a red God candle to the downside that I've been, telling you guys that perhaps we're going to have, which is going to take us all the way down here to $15,000. Who knows? That may occur. I've been expecting something like that for a minute now. So we had just recently closed this green candle on the monthly here for Bitcoin. And I'm telling you the truth. This green candle appears to be bad news. It had broken this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red monthly candles. These 5 consecutive red monthly candles. This green candle here had just recently broken that pattern. So now it's like we've gotten the green light to produce more red candles. And this particular green candle here, I think it's a shooting star green candle as well, which is indicating bad news for Bitcoin. It's showing more bearish activity because it pumped all the way up here and almost the entirety of this candle was sold off, indicating that what? The bears are in control. The bears are in control even all the way down here, guys. So whenever that time comes, whenever it takes out $60,000, oh, it's going to head much, much lower, guys. It's going to head much lower. We're going to have a massive red candle, and then we're going to have the cross, the death cross right here. So I'm leaning more. Before I had that dream, I was expecting 49, and it is definitely going to come down here still. 48, 49, right here at the bottom of this candle. That's how I knew that this was coming, because it's right at the bottom of this trading range right here. And it's also sitting on these candles over here. So it has some support right there. So it's heading next to 49, 48, guys. Even as I've been telling you guys, it's coming all the way down here. But now, beforehand, I didn't know if it was going to have a major bounce from here. I didn't know, because, it's a very good place for it to have a bounce. And personally, I believe that if we were to have a bounce that would take Bitcoin up to the recent all-time high at 126 and beyond, it would be around the 49K area. That's what I was thinking. That's prior to me having that dream of Bitcoin going to 35,000. Now, I'm led to believe that it's even going to break 48, guys. That's what I'm believing, based off of the dream. Even though the dreams are not sequential, they're not at all. I'm still believing that as a result of that dream, a Bitcoin may very well break 40, 48, 49, and come all the way down to 35, because it has an area of support here based off of these candles right here. It has support in the 30s, guys. Right here at 30 grand, 31, it has support right here. My guys, this is where Bitcoin is headed next. You see, it's going to come down to 48, and whenever it takes out 48, it's going to head right down here and have a bounce. So we may have a small bounce at 48, 49. We may have a bounce there. Then it's going to roll over, and then come all the way back down to 31. And then we will have another small bounce. before heading towards 20 grand. That's what I believe will happen. Either it will play out that way, or we'll just have one red liquidation candle plowing through all of these levels of supports. You see, plowing through 49 and 31, coming all the way down to 20. So that's what I'm expecting. It will either do one or the other of these moves. It will come down to 48, have a bounce, and then roll over down to 31, and then have another tiny bounce before heading towards $20,000 and potentially even down to the bottom of its recent market low at 15 grand, 15, 16 grand down here. So it's not looking too bullish for Bitcoin, guys. That's the honest truth. And you guys do with that information what you will. And I don't know if any of you guys out there were doing leverage shorts, even though I don't recommend any type of leverage trading on this channel. That is just way too risky. I don't recommend that, doing that at all. Not unless you're very experienced and you know exactly what you're doing. I wouldn't recommend anyone taking that boat or sailing on that ship at all. So there you have it, guys. That's my thoughts on Bitcoin. I just wanted to let you know what I'm looking at and what I'm thinking, and where, show you guys where Bitcoin is headed next. So you do with this information what you will. You guys take very good care of yourselves. Peace, shalom. Until next time.